What are we shooting today, guys? Shoot. Well, let's do... Nope. Here's what we're shooting today. I know what you're thinking. Boy, that's a strange looking M1 Garand. And you'd be correct. This here is a 22. And I also know what you're thinking. Why would you get a 22 that weighs just as much as an M1 Garand, isn't entirely the same thing, and doesn't even look exactly the same? Well, if you're a true gun collector, as I am, you're gonna buy everything out there, or at least try to, and see how much you can get away with. Now, right here is basically a 22 version made to look like an M1, which is essentially a Ruger 1022 action in M1 Garand furniture. Right down to the peep sight, the irons are the same. So what they did here, where the gas tube is on the M1, this is solid. So they simply did that to add weight to make it double-digit heavy as well as the M1 Garand is. Everything here is similar to the M1 in itself. There's where your cleaning stuff would go. The irons are very similar, shooting them back to back. So the magazine, obviously, unfortunately, does not come out the top. It is essentially a 1022 rotary mag with this plate on the bottom to duplicate the M1. Now, I know you're wondering how it shoots. Let's give it a go. Now, I do have a couple of M1 Garands in 30-06. I have a Springfield World War II era and an H&R Korea era. So that was kind of one of the reasons when I saw this come out, I thought that'd be nice to have. As far as shooting it goes, it feels like a 1022 that weighs, 11 pounds. So the only thing being said is, if anybody has ever noticed recoil on a 22, which would be difficult, this feels like shooting an air rifle. And a pretty darn accurate one. Now you can mount an optic on here, but I figured that would just be disrespectful to the M1 Garand name. Nope, these are all about peep sights. Pretty darn accurate ones to say it is similar to the 30 caliber itself, and it's pretty easy to stay on target with them. I'm not going to go ahead and put a scope on this M1. That would be just disrespectful, as I mentioned before. But since it is essentially a 1022 with M1 furniture on it, I am not above putting a Butler Creek magazine in there and running 25 through it as fast as I can. All right, guys, so that video was kind of meant to be just a little bit of poking some humor at the M1 Garand 22. It's actually a really cool gun. I saw it years ago, and I was like, gosh, that'd be really cool to have, and so I ended up picking one up. But you'll notice that last clip was really pieced together. Putting that Butler Creek magazine in here, it did not like to cycle that whatsoever. So we tried, did our best. But as far as the gun goes, so Kingston Arms makes this, and I thought they stopped. And I personally don't know if they still do produce it, but I did see a few for sale yet. I thought a few years ago that they kind of went away, but you can still pick them up at some outlets, and the price is a little steep. I saw them for around $700. So like I said before, it is pretty much a heavy version of a 1022 with irons on it and a different stock. But for me, I just thought, from a collection standpoint, that it would be really unique to have one of these. And to be honest, it's super fun to shoot. Being that it's really heavy, it literally feels like you're shooting a pellet gun. And like I said in the video, the 22s don't give any recoil anyway. And as far as the irons go, they're pretty darn accurate. It seems to work really, really well. It is very interesting, like I pointed out before. So that cleaning area back there is functional. Obviously, I don't have anything in there. So, and as I mentioned, I do have a couple 30 cal M1 Garands, and they will be in upcoming videos. Finding the correct ammunition for it is a little bit difficult right now, so I'm kind of waiting. So I have enough. I don't want to just do a quick clip of shooting them, and I know a lot of people are interested in them. And the M1's always been a favorite rifle of mine, and probably along with a lot of you. So I do have a few, I have a couple M4 style 22s, a couple 22 pistols. I'll try to incorporate them into videos a little bit more, kind of have a little bit of a fun video, guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have any questions about this rifle or anything else that I've done or you want to see, let me know in the comments below. And again, thanks for watching.